The sun beat down mercilessly over Arlington National Cemetery that Memorial Day, the heat heavy enough to make the marble shine. The crowd pressed together, tourists, veterans, families, all murmuring quietly as if afraid to break the solemnity of the moment. In the midst of it all stood a lone sentinel, boots polished to a mirror sheen, uniform unwrinkled, hat sitting just so. Ethan Caldwell, 28 years old, tomb guard of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, marched with mechanical perfection, each step a testament to discipline, each turn a ritual perfected over years of training. His face, shielded by dark sunglasses, betrayed nothing, but beneath that stoicism burned a fire few could ever understand. He carried more than the weight of his uniform. He bore the memory of his brother Michael, who had never returned from Afghanistan. Among the spectators was a family whose presence radiated entitlement. Jonathan Grayson, a tech CEO in an impeccably tailored suit, scrolled through his phone, barely acknowledging the gravity of the cemetery. His wife Lauren balanced a designer bag in one hand and a cemetery map in the other, sunglasses perched on her nose to shield from the sun and from awareness. Between them, their 13-year-old son Tyler radiated self-importance. His gelled hair glimmered under the sun, sneakers polished to a blinding shine, and a brand-new phone hung from his hand like a trophy. This wasn't about honoring the fallen. It was about another photo op, another TikTok clip, another moment of attention. "This is so lame," Tyler said, voice carrying farther than he intended. "Why are we standing here watching some guy walk back and forth? It's like 100 decrews out here." Lauren sighed, tucking a stray strand of hair behind her ear. "Tyler, honey, just try to enjoy it." "Important," Jonathan added, not looking up from his emails. Tyler rolled his eyes. "Important? It's just some old tomb. Bet this guy's a wannabe soldier playing dress-up." The family's disdain went unnoticed by most of the crowd, but not by Ethan. He completed another 21 steps, pivoting to face the tomb with unwavering precision. Each motion carried the weight of training, sacrifice, and grief. He had earned this role not to perform for the entitled or entertain tourists, but to honor the thousands who never returned. Tyler's fingers itched for his phone. "I'm gonna get a sick video of this guy," he whispered, raising the device like a weapon. "Bet I can make him flinch." His voice pierced the hushed crowd, drawing a few disapproving glances. Most people looked away, unwilling to intervene, but Ethan felt the surge of disrespect like a physical strike. A half-empty soda can rested near the rope barrier. Tyler's eyes locked on it. A cruel grin spread across his face. The crowd's low murmurs hinted at unease, but Jonathan and Lauren were too absorbed in their own worlds to notice. "Yo, this is going to be epic," Tyler muttered, stepping closer to the rope. Ignoring the signage, he raised the can and flicked it toward Ethan's polished boots. The thud echoed across the plaza as sticky soda splashed across the pristine navy fabric. Gasps rose from the crowd, some in horror, some in disbelief. Tyler laughed, satisfied with his prank. "Check it out. Didn't even flinch. Total statue." Ethan's jaw tightened imperceptibly. The sunglasses hid the fire behind his eyes. But the years of combat had taught him to recognize provocation. He had faced gunfire, roadside bombs, and the chaos of war. But this was different. This was a child's audacious disrespect, a slap against everything he stood for. Tyler's laughter rose, spurred by the audience's reaction. He inched closer to the barrier, phone poised for the ultimate viral shot. "Time for the money shot," he whispered, crossing the rope with careless confidence. The crowd's collective breath caught. Phones emerged from purses and pockets, recording the scene. What happened next would define honor in a way Tyler could never have imagined. Tyler's phone hovered inches from Ethan's chest. The screen glowed with ambition. Likes, shares, viral clout. He smirked. "Yo, me and the statue guy. This is gonna get 1,000,000 likes." The crowd shifted uncomfortably, murmuring their disapproval. Elderly veterans shook their heads, some whispering quietly to their companions, eyes sharp with judgment. One woman, a retired Marine with silver hair pinned tightly under her cap, whispered, "That kid has no respect. Someone needs to teach him what honor looks like." Jonathan finally lifted his head from his phone. "Tyler, get back here now." Tyler waved him off, amused. "Relax, Dad. He's just standing there. They get paid to do it anyway." The words hit Ethan like a physical blow. The flippancy, the entitlement, the ignorance. It wasn't the soda that mattered. It wasn't the intrusion. It was the complete and utter disrespect for every life sacrificed, every brother and sister who never made it home, every step he had taken, every turn he had mastered, Every breath he drew in that sun-scorched plaza, it all demanded reverence. For a heartbeat, Ethan's calm shattered. His hand moved with the lightning precision of years spent under fire. The phone was gone before Tyler could blink. It landed on the pavement with a shattering crack that echoed across the plaza, a sound that froze the crowd mid-breath. Tyler's eyes widened, his jaw slackened. You broke my phone. That's a $2,000 phone. You're paying for that," he screamed, voice rising in panic. Ethan didn't flinch. He didn't look at Tyler. His boots, now sticky with soda, glinted in the sunlight as he resumed his sentinel stance, his posture unbroken, the epitome of discipline. The crowd, however, was electrified. Whispers surged like a rising tide. Shock, awe, disbelief. Parents gripped children. Veterans exchanged solemn nods of approval. "Security," barked a voice. Inspector Laura Bennett, 15 years at Arlington, pushed through the throng with practiced authority. "Situation at the tomb." Minor crossed the line. Sentinel responded. Jonathan rushed forward, face red. "This is outrageous. That soldier assaulted my son. Do you know who I am?" Laura's gaze was sharp, unflinching. "Sir, your son threw a soda at a federal officer, crossed a restricted barrier, and disrespected a national monument. He is lucky the Sentinel didn't do more. He's a child," Lauren, clutching her purse, protested. "You can't treat him like a criminal. Age does not excuse disrespect, ma'am. This is sacred ground. Your son just defiled it." Tyler's smugness faltered. For the first time, he saw the faces around him. Rage, disdain, despair. Veterans' eyes cut into him like daggers, silent but lethal. One woman, her Marine Corps pin catching the sunlight, whispered just loud enough for him to hear, "I buried friends here. You should be ashamed." The media frenzy had begun. Phones captured every angle. Tweets and TikToks began circulating even before the Graysons were escorted to the security office. Arlington Kid was trending. The world was watching. Tyler felt a sickening mixture of fear and shame, unlike anything he had ever experienced. In the security office, Ethan's commanding officer, Colonel Margaret Hayes, sat across from the Graysons, eyes unyielding. "Mr. Grayson, your son committed assault on federal property and defiled a sacred monument. This isn't a matter of money. It's about respect, something he clearly lacks. Your vacation is over. Until he understands the gravity of his actions, he will not leave Arlington." Jonathan paled. "You can't be serious. He's a kid. Your son's age does not excuse this behavior," Margaret replied coldly. "You're fortunate we are offering an alternative to legal charges, a chance for him to learn, not just be punished." Lauren, tears threatening, clutched Jonathan's arm. "But we had plans. Paris next week." Laura's gaze cut her off. "Education starts here, now." Tyler slumped in his chair, realizing the gravity of the situation. His phone was broken. The world was watching. His parents weren't supporting him. For the first time, his wealth, status, and entitlement meant nothing. Dr. Emily Carter, psychotherapist specializing in troubled teens, arrived an hour later. Her eyes, calm but piercing, met Tyler's. "Explain your actions," she said, pen poised over her notebook. I was bored," Tyler muttered. "That guy's just standing there like a robot. I thought it'd be funny." Emily raised an eyebrow. "Funny? You threw a soda at a soldier guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier. Do you understand what that tomb represents?" Tyler hesitated. "Some dead soldiers, I guess. They gave their lives so that this country and every person in it could live free," Emily continued, voice firm. "The guard is honoring them, standing as a living testament. You disrespected that. Not just him, not just the tomb, but every sacrifice it represents." Tyler shifted uncomfortably. "It was just a soda can. I didn't hurt anyone." Emily leaned forward. "It's not about the physical damage. It's about respect, honor, responsibility. Do you understand now?" Tyler said nothing. The first seed of remorse began to take root. Outside, news vans and social media coverage exploded. Arlington Kid was trending nationally. Veterans, parents, and citizens debated entitlement, privilege, and patriotism. Tyler's world, built on clout and wealth, began to crumble around him. The following morning, Tyler woke to a reality far removed from his plush bedroom at home. Instead of designer clothes and gadgets, he found himself in a sun-baked uniform of khaki pants and a plain work shirt. The Arlington grounds stretched before him, immense, hallowed, unyielding. Every headstone, every monument carried weight. Every path he had to clean was a reminder of the lives sacrificed for a freedom he had never truly understood. Emily Carter, her calm intensity unwavering, led him to the maintenance crew. These weren't just employees, they were veterans, Men and women whose lives had been forged in conflict zones Tyler had only ever seen in video games or movies. A World War II nurse, Clara Thompson, 90 years old, frail in frame but indomitable in spirit, approached him first. Her voice was firm, shaking only slightly as she spoke. "I held boys younger than you as they died. They had no choice but to fight. You, however, chose to disrespect those who gave everything. You need to understand what that means." Tyler shrank back, his eyes wide with a mix of shame and awe. The first strike of humility had landed. For the first time he felt small, not because of his size, but because he understood he had been inconsequential in the shadow of true sacrifice. The work was grueling. Tyler spent hours each day polishing headstones until they shone in the blazing Virginia sun. He pulled weeds, swept paths, and listened. Every task carried stories. Each veteran he met shared experiences, soaked with courage, pain, and loss. The weight of their words hit him like the hammer of reality. Sacrifice isn't optional, and honor is earned. In the second week, Tyler met more veterans. Each story peeled away the layers of entitlement he had wrapped around himself. A former Marine recounted crawling through desert sand under enemy fire, holding a wounded comrade. A medic described the night in Vietnam when a grenade claimed his squad. Tyler's heart raced, a strange cocktail of guilt and reverence brewing. He began to understand, not intellectually, but viscerally, the enormity of what he had dismissed as a boring ceremony. By the third week, Memorial Day returned, and Tyler found himself among the crowd once more. But this time, he was different. No phone in hand, no smirk, no expectation of fame. He watched Ethan march. Every precise step, every turn, every click of the heels resonated with meaning. The silent discipline, the quiet bravery, the unspeakable weight of loss, it all struck Tyler like a lightning bolt. He saw the respect in the salutes, the pride in the veterans' eyes, the gravity in every breath. Emily had arranged the final meeting. Tyler sat in the small office with Ethan and Colonel Hayes. The air was thick with anticipation. Tyler swallowed hard, feeling the first genuine knot of responsibility in his life. Ethan's presence filled the room, not with anger, but with authority, with a presence forged from years of hardship and honor. Tyler spoke first, voice quivering. "Ethan, I'm sorry. I was a jerk. I didn't understand what you were doing, or what this place means. I treated you like a prop, and that was wrong." Ethan's gaze, hidden behind sunglasses, didn't waver. "Why did you do it, kid?" I thought it'd make me look cool online. I didn't think about the soldiers. I didn't think about you. I didn't think at all." His words, once flippant, now carried weight. Ethan leaned forward slightly. "My brother, Michael, he died in Afghanistan when I was your age. I guard the tomb for him, and for all the soldiers who didn't come home. When you threw that soda, you disrespected them. You disrespected every sacrifice ever made for this country." Tyler's throat tightened. "I get it now. I want to make it right." Ethan extended his hand. Tyler grasped it firmly. For the first time, he felt the gravity of honor, the weight of true courage, and the responsibility that comes with understanding sacrifice. It wasn't fame, it wasn't viral videos, it wasn't money, it was respect, and it had to be earned. Over the next 4 weeks, Tyler immersed himself completely in his community service. He walked the grounds at dawn, polished every monument, and listened. The veterans, initially skeptical, began to accept his effort. Clara Thompson shared stories of Normandy. A retired soldier recounted battles in Iraq. Tyler absorbed every tale, feeling a growing reverence and humility. By the final day, Tyler no longer felt like a pampered, entitled boy. He had become someone who could comprehend responsibility, honor, and courage. The world beyond Arlington awaited him, but he carried a transformed perspective, a young man who had learned that some actions echo far beyond a moment, and some lessons reshape your life entirely. He approached Ethan one last time. "Thank you for everything, for teaching me what respect really is." Ethan's posture remained disciplined, but his words were calm and genuine. "Keep listening, keep learning. That's how you honor the fallen." Tyler nodded, feeling the first true weight of accountability and pride. He had been humbled, educated, and changed. The tomb of the unknown soldier remained a sentinel over sacrifice, a reminder that some things are sacred and some lessons endure forever.